We know that quality goes parallel to the cost in most cases. Let us look at some examples. Have you heard about a Lamborghini with unfinished edges or Gucci with wrong color combinations? Such things are almost non-existent. This is what makes them special. However, special things also come with special price tags. In fact, this is what the channel is all about. Welcome to Luxury Tube. This is a place where you, future billionaires, get inspired. We create videos about everything luxurious out there, bringing out the uniqueness of everything luxurious to help you get inspirations. Today, we will take a look at the top 5 most expensive Rolex watches seen in the year 2021. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel while you look at the next watch that will be tied on your wrist, along with a Rolex membership that brings you into the elite club. Keep your eyes open and dreams high, as what we are about to show you will inspire you to work hard. Number 5. Rolex Stellan 6062. This watch has been marked with a massive price tag of $2 million. This, in fact, is the watch that most experts will dream of having because of its unique design and the limited number of pieces that were produced. There were only a few hundred watches produced over 10 years. It comes in an 18K gold case that makes it look even more attractive. The history of this watch is even more interesting. The watch was housed in the iconic Rolex Oyster case, which helps in protecting the case from movement, moisture, and dust. It is around 36 mm in diameter, and the performance that it delivers is top-notch. It is hard to imagine a watch with such reliability being produced back in those days when the technology wasn't as developed as we have today. Despite that, we can be certain that this watch can give a very sturdy competition to many other watches in the industry, even in the current dates. The sign of deterioration, even in the first few watches, are very less and almost next to zero, even without an additional service. The estimated number of these devices produced is somewhere around 350, though the number is not confirmed. The watches have not even been polished after they were sold or manufactured for the first time. The cases for this watch were produced in Geneva. There are 2 variants of the crowns, the famous Rolex branding seen on this watch. These were then called the Super Oyster and the Twin Lock. The dials were either dark or light. These were also the 2 types seen on these watches, and customization was fully based on the taste of the buyer. The movements shown by this were automatic and precise to the spot. Number 4. Rolex Oyster Sado Cosmograph Daytona Reference 6263. The price tag set for this was $2,052,353. The color combinations used in this watch is particular to this watch. This is the reason why it became the dream watch for many aspirers. The watch is extremely rare and holds a lot of prestige for the one owning this watch. The name Oyster Sado comes from Italy and translates to man oyster underneath. The watch was the very first Paul Newman style dials and was made specifically for the oyster case Daytonas. The screw-down pushers permitted higher water resistance. The watch rolled out in 1969 and since then has been a stunner. This watch can be recognized through the Art Deco style in the Arabic numerals and squared marks found in the subsidiary dials. As we mentioned, one major reason for the price being so high was the rarity that it has. The number of such watches produced was very less and still remains the way it was. With no signs of deterioration, this watch proved that the price tags do have a very crucial role to play when it comes to the durability of these devices. Though this was manufactured in 1969, the very little wear and tear noticed on the case portrays how well the watch has been sustained for more than 50 years that it has been there. Number 3. Rolex the Neanderthal Daytona Reference 6240. The price of this watch is just over $3.13 million. In a broad sense, this watch is similar to the previous one we spoke about. The difference lies in the dial configuration and the color combination. The oversized subsidiary dials in this watch make it much catchier over the previous one we spoke about. This watch has also been very sturdy over the years and hasn't disappointed the owners in a long time, and it has been passing over the generations. The authenticity of this watch is the patina brass pushers that increase the sturdiness of this watch and also acts as a symbol of its originality. Other than that, this watch emits the Cosmograph or the Oyster designation. This rare feature of this watch is what makes it even rarer than it already is. This is a pre-Paul Newman design that dates back all the way to 1966. As we go back in time here, the prices increase. The latest price at which it was sold was for the price we just mentioned, and it was in 2018 at the Philips Ultimatum sale. This watch is also known for having a very high resale value and ROI. Therefore, the Rolex Neanderthal Daytona reference number 6240 is much more superior to many other watches in this list. Number 2. Rolex Baudouin Reference 6062. This watch has been tagged by over a massive $5 million. The sale was made in 2002, making it the most expensive Rolex at the time. This watch was used by the last emperor of Vietnam. When we moved to the Rolex store and demanded the finest and the rarest of the watches they had, Rolex stood up to his expectation with this watch. In fact, the name of the watch Baudouin comes from the name of the emperor who bought this watch from Rolex in 1954 when he went to attend the Geneva Conference in 1954. The watch was a triple calendar and displayed the date, day, and month. This was one of the only 3 black dial models back at that time. The hours are marked with diamond pieces. This watch is a piece of absolute rarity and is considered the holy grail. This is the only other watch with a moon phase and a triple calendar. The watch comes with a wide 81mm case that is still in very good condition as it was years ago. This watch is in such good condition that it is still being sold on a pre-owned basis. The diamonds present on the dial increase the beauty of the dial and shine clearly through the black background. The watch consists of automatic caliber 655 protected deep within the iconic Rolex Oyster case. Number 1. Rolex Paul Newman's Cosmograph Daytona. Taking the title of the most expensive Rolex watch is the Rolex Paul Newman's Cosmograph Daytona. This watch was sold for $17.8 million and is totally worth the price you pay for it. The bid for this watch lasted for 12 minutes and it was brought by a man on the phone for over $17 million. The bid was among 400 people who gathered at the Philips headquarters in New York 57th Avenue. The name of this watch comes from Paul Newman, an iconic superstar. The dial design of this watch is termed to be exotic, and Paul was seen wearing this watch a lot more frequently. According to him, this watch has a whimsical Art Deco style dial, and there are just around 2,000 to 3,000 styles of this dial available throughout the world. Even though this watch has been in a lot of demand, it could only be found at the Philips sale, where it was sold for a massive price tag of $17 million. The sturdy design and the rare materials used in the production of this watch outcasts all the rare metals we have on this planet. The specific designs and carves used on this watch makes it more attractive, sturdy, and worth the amount being paid over any auction. This was also the reason for the massive price tag with which it had been hitting the market. So this was the list of the top 5 most expensive Rolex watches being used all across the world. The list will always keep on updating as we see more watches being delivered into the market. Even though the new technologies are amazing, there is always something in the old school that keeps pulling us towards them. Having said that, we have come to the end of our video. Make sure to leave us a like and also subscribe to this channel. Till we meet again, keep exploring the potential you have hidden within yourself and buy all of them to keep expanding your collection.